So I first started working with Oak because I saw him facilitate a workshop at a week-long yoga retreat that I was on. And he was so knowledgeable about the topic that he was speaking on that I was literally hanging on to every single word that he said. And I was feverishly taking notes so that I could keep up with him and not miss any detail. And afterwards, I went straight up to him and asked him if he offered coaching services. And I began working with him right away. But from the first few sessions, I was so thankful that I trusted my gut on working with him because not only did I get a tremendous amount of value from it, but it also became sort of my lighthouse. I looked forward to it every week. And no matter what happened at work or in life, I would experience a sense of safety and belonging within that container. And then come away from those sessions with a renewed sense of clarity and inspiration towards the road ahead. And it's actually pretty funny. There was one week where I even experienced a car accident on my way home just 20 minutes before our session. And I still made it exactly on time because I knew I couldn't miss even a minute of our session together. That's how much I value them. So my experience in working with Oak has been profound, to say the least. He's sort of an emotional alchemist of sorts. The way that he's able to navigate your thought patterns, your previous experiences, your conditional layering, and then pinpoint the exact thing that's holding you back from growth or from healing with such precision. It's nothing like I've ever experienced from other coaches, therapists, healers, or really anybody else that I've worked with in the past. I think he's partly able to do that because of his knowledge and his passion and his expertise in the space. But I think the other thing that really sets him apart from the others that I've worked with is that he shows up with such full presence and he intently listens, which allows him to really pick up on the minutia of your specific life. And it may seem like a very small thing, but it actually isn't. Because when he does pinpoint what's happening, he's doing it within your own mental model of understanding and the way in which you see the world. So to you, it feels like a light switch went off. And you're like, wow, you're not only correct, but it also deeply resonates with me. And I see things so clearly now that it would actually be more challenging for me to see the world in my original way of thinking rather than the new one. And it's incredibly impressive. What I would say to someone that's considering working with Oak is to get ready to have your mind blown, but to also be ready to experience real growth and real change. The other thing that I would say that was a little bit of a mindset shift for me was that working with other coaches, therapists, healers, etc., I always felt like I had to come prepared with the topic to talk about or pull out of the person that I was working with in order to move forward in that particular area of my life. It almost felt like I was doing most of the work inside the session rather than after it. And it took me a few weeks of working with him where I realized that I could relax a little bit because he came prepared. He would spend countless hours, assumably, prepping for our sessions. He knew exactly what areas he wanted to explore each time or directions that he wanted to take the conversation. And he would have homework for me afterwards that he would send along with a thorough recap of our session and the insights that we had during it. My only job was to focus on me and my growth. And that's how I was able to experience so much profound change in my life.